Mouthpiece included. Yes, sir. We live, Inglewood. Mouthpiece included. Back in the building. Welcome aboard. Big ups to our production team. They do double duty round, Chip. They do all double duty. So production, you can change my backdrop, and you can cue the show when ready. TATN, TATN, TATN.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
And everybody, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so we can get this thing going. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so we can get everything going around here. Today, we have a awesome topic. We're going to touch on the Chicago Bears. If there's any Bears fans out there, we're going to talk about the history without drafting a quarterback, which would mean quarterback. So that's the topic today, as we all know, or should know just for context. The Bears did the right thing in many African Americans' minds by going out and getting Justin Fields. Got him just in time, it appears. He got a lot of oohs and ahs in his first preseason game. Our co-host attended that preseason game. And so we got some things to unpack. We're going to hit off some weekly hot topics in sports. See what's going on at the Chi-Town Bears camp. As aforementioned, touch on that first preseason game. And then we're going to and also it's an open panel, you guys. We're dropping that link, so bounce on in here. I'm going to be sending this link out. If you guys can help us out and take the time to like, share, subscribe, comment, like, share, subscribe, and comment. So, yeah, so is Justin time? Is he a natural? I mean, is he a future Hall of Famer? Yeah. Who were the Bears quarterbacks, the black ones, in history? Does anyone know? We'll see if we can unpack that. And then the who was the greatest quarterback in Chicago Bears history? And the greatest quarterback overall, whether quarter black or quarter pink. in history. I have some things in mind. And then we're going to ask the question for Justin Fields. If he was blonde haired and blue eyed, would he be your day one starter? Would you be assured that he has the mental capacities to? How should I put this without that he has the mental capacities, according to Al Campanis and Jimmy the Greek, enough convolutions in his brain to make manifest an NFL playbook? Will things be moving too fast for him? It's not college, where he can use his where his athleticism is an advantage. See, when you get to the pros, according to the analytics, your athletics are not an advantage. Interesting concept. Guess we'll add that to the questions. I think athletics and intellect. Can we have a show without mentioning Michael Jeffrey Jordan? But I believe, personally, that athletics and also intellect permeated the existence of one Michael Jeffrey Jordan during his time or his tenure with the Chicago basketball team. Chicago Bulls, the Bulls. So I think maybe he defied many stereotypes. Did he? Didn't he? So again, there is an open link. This is an open panel today. I didn't drop that in the title. So if there's any silverbacks out there within an earshot, do bounce in. The co-host is leaving a meeting. There's the link there. Let's see here. Stand by. Okay. Then we got one more link, and we shall get this show on the road. And I do apologize for the late start. Life happens. Let's see here. Again, it's an open panel. Slide through. Open panel. Slide through. Pull up. Okay, that's the last one. All right, so we're in the building. We are in the building. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Get these spooks off my computer screen here. There we go. All right, so we're going to start our topic. I did want production. It's going to run a video here really quickly. Okay, there we go. Is that the screen? Yep. All right, you guys. So before we jump into it, Tisha Campbell, she saw the Bear Rookie was out here in L.A. TATN caught a video of it. We're going to run that and like, share, subscribe in the meantime. Again, the link is in the chat. Drop in. Panel's open. And so we're going to show you what Tisha Campbell filmed with her camera.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of girls?
Okay, I'm in my local house, and this happened.
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay
Man, where do
on
they
my
keep the
couch
honey around
because
here?
God is a fan of the
Excuse me, you know where the honey is?
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like
Oh,
a gaggle of
cheese
girls?
Al.
The Bears.
Who wants cheese head?
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is a fan of the
Bears. Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of girls?
The Bears.
Bears.
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is a fan of the
Bears.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a...
All right, enough of the shenanigans here. Let's get back on topic. Enough of the shenanigans. All right. Let's see here. I want to make an announcement. Today is Big Nick, South Florida's birthday. So big ups. And man, many, many more, bro. Keep giving them hell out there and heaven. Yep. Big Nick, South Florida. I think he was on vacation. I popped into his live earlier. So turn up, turn down, whatever it is that you choose to do. Enjoy your day, brother. Enjoy your day, Big Nick, South Florida. All right, you guys, like, share, subscribe. We're going to go ahead and start the topic. If our co-host touchdown or we get anybody to tap that link, do tap that link. But without further ado, we got to get this proverbial ball rolling. Big ups to the GOAT. Big ups to the GOAT. So I'm going to start out last week. We talked about, you guys need to really watch that show. I think we probably only got about 30 views. Great show. Myself and Ace, we broke down the Polympics. Many of us are under the false pretense that the Olympians are, you go to the Olympics and you live a lavish lifestyle. And come to find out that's just for a few lucky, extra special, privileged individuals in the correct sport. We also went over top 9 list of Jordan haters. Okay. We had Big Nick, South Florida, the birthday boy. He was on there, and Willie D. And Willie D comes out the next day. Big ups to Willie D. Piles on, just giving us receipts. Willie D, Big Nick, South Florida, any other named or unnamed Jordan hater who's got the cojones to come sit down on Mouthpiece included, who's going to guard their grill, who's going to knuckle up. Yeah, well, step to the plate, the proverbial plate. So you're welcome to come on this platform as always. And Big Nick, I'm just messing with you, bro. you pretty much broke down what your situation is. So, with your discombobulation when it comes to the GOAT. But this is not the Michael Jordan show. We may have to change the format. Call it the Michael Jordan show. Hit the comments if you guys like that. Might get sued, but who knows? All right. So we're starting out talking about trending in sports. I don't know. I don't watch it. I would imagine I saw what's his name? Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, in Jayville. I didn't realize he was in Jayville. Big ups. Got sacked on his first play. I did see that. Don't watch sports anymore, so it's hard for me to talk about what's trending in sports. And you guys like, share, subscribe. Do like, share, subscribe, comment. Click that link. There is a link in the chat. Pop up. All right, here we go. Trending in sports. Anyone? Any sports topics trending? I don't watch it. Next. Moving right along. The Bears camp. Now, I did recently subscribe to, let me go here so I can give them a shout out. Big ups. It's called Chicago Bears. It's on YouTube. Type Chicago and then Bears. I feel like it's official. Has to be. They don't have a lot of subscribers though. But and they keep me abreast as to, certain things. And what I get from this is everybody's just saying all the right things. If you close your eyes and listen to any NFL team talk right now, sounds like they're all Hall of Famers, up and down, from Trevor Lawrence to Mr. Irrelevant. They're all saying the same thing. I mean, the right things, quote unquote. The coaches are everybody. General managers. It's almost like they're reading a script. Could it be scripted? I don't know. When I say question everything, we do mean question everything. But, I didn't come up with any politics regarding the camp because, like I said, again, everybody's being, saying everything right. So, just going to play a quick short from, this is Eddie Jackson. But fair use, and we're just going to play it really quick.
Saturday? I thought about it a little bit. It's gonna be fun though. Mrs. my guy came in together, so I'm just excited to go up against him.
Hey, when you think back to 2018, you had your best year individually. The defense was playing at an elite level. What do you remember about sort of the collective energy that you guys had as a group on game days, and what it felt like in that stretch?
It was just high. It was just really high. That's something we focus on getting back right now. I feel like it's there. New team, new faces, new schemes, things like that. So we just decided to go out there week one.
How much of it?
All right, so that's your Bears. That's your taste of the Bears. That's Eddie Jackson. All he does is produce turnovers. I haven't heard much, but they're still asking about Bitch Trubisky a lot. Like, yeah, I'd be like, I'm looking forward to playing against this guy. I can get 4, 5 interceptions. The only thing better than playing against Bitch Trubisky would be playing against Rex Grossman. Right? Feel like I'm digressing and I'm off topic. So, trending in sports, again, we can just move on because hell. All right. Again, I don't watch it. Bears camp, they're practicing hard. They're all saying the right things. They're all listening to the coaches. All of the coaches are great. Everybody drafted is great. All the veterans they brought in are great. They're going to be 17-0 this season. Okay. All righty. Thoughts on the first preseason game? Well, that's going to be a little difficult for me because, hey, I didn't watch it. I did watch, in preparation for tonight's show, the highlight reel for Justin Time. That's what I'm calling him, Justin Time. Justin Fields. So I did watch that. So as far as the team overall performance, I don't know if there's any chat rats out there, if there's anybody who has any commentary on this. But I didn't watch the game. I did watch some post-game interviews where, once again, they were all saying all the right things. Once again, they were all saying all the right things. So let's see here. So that's my coverage of camp, Bears camp. Was it? Yeah, that's my coverage. Now, one thing I did want to say, there was some hubbub about, this was in the national news media, sports media. I can't remember which pundit it was, but he was suggesting that these games, these scrimmages, can be a really big blockbuster deal. Let me hear what you put in the comments below. You know, if you think that it's worth your time and money to go watch one of those NFL scrimmages. For me, you know, if you got a baseball team or you got the kids or the grandkids or something like that, yeah, maybe. Other than that, I don't watch it anymore, but I may watch the Bears this year because of Justin Time. Big ups to the Bears. You know, I guess they're trying. They should fire everybody. From management all the way to the coaching staff. Root it out. Hashtag bring back Lovey Smith. Yeah, I said it. We're going to go back to Lovey Ball. Bring the triangle back to the Bulls. Yeah. Why not? The analytics. The analytics show that the triangle won 6 chips. No, I misspoke. 11 chips. Because don't forget the the Los Angeles Bulls used the same system and went off to get some chips. Okay. All right. So we covered last week's. We did have one more. Let's see if we can get production. Let's see here. This might be it. I think this is it.
What would happen if varying silverbacks got together to speak politics? That's sports and politics. We wanted the same thing and made it.
No. Speaking of LeBron James, I think I said something about the Lakers. So here we go. Big ups to TATN. This is you guys' GOAT.
What are you looking at, slave?
People get tired of hearing me say it, but we are scared as a black people. People get tired of hearing me say it, but we are scared as a black people. Black men, black women, black kids, we are terrified. Because you don't know. You have no idea. You have no idea how that cop that day left the house. You don't know if he woke up on the good side of the bed. You don't know if he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You don't know if he had an argument at home with a significant other. You know, if one of his kids said something crazy to him and he left the house steaming. Or maybe he just left the house saying that today is going to be the end for one of these black people.
Scary.
And why does it always have to get to a point where we see the guns firing and his family is there, the kids are there, it's in broad daylight, and it's this through the grace of God that he's still living.
And why do I sound like Katy Perry?
7 shots, close range, and he's still alive. That's through the grace of God right there.
Why do I sound like a Disney character?
If it's not enough that I've had to listen to you essentially call yourself the GOAT, take low-key shots at money as my big little homie, with all due respect, you, Doc Rivers, these other NBA giants, please stop crying in front of these people. Please stop going in front of the world telling these people that every black man, woman, and child is afraid. You may be afraid. Your family may be afraid. All of your friends may be afraid. Hell, the rest of black America may be afraid. But I'm here to tell you, fear is an illusion. Fear cannot exist in the presence of love. Fear is the lowest vibration, and it's probably why you'll never be the GOAT, because you like to pass to lessers. But that's not important right now. All I want to say, LeBron James, with all due respect, please don't go in front of the world and speak a false doctrine. I know your intent is good. I know you worked hard on building your brand. If you got something to say, brother, say it. If you're going to speak truth to power, speak it. Man up or shut up. Can't have it both ways. You can't serve mammon and self. I know you meant well. I need you to know, and the rest of the world to know, that every black person in this country is not afraid.
Buddy. All right, LeBron, I think you understand where I'm coming from. So if that's you guys' GOAT, big ups. He plays the right way. Scared driving around Beverly Hills in his Rolls Royce. But he does a lot, talks about a lot that he does. So big ups. So now let's get back and get back to the topic here. Let's see here. All right, where are we here? Just get that. Oh, yes. Historical black quarterbacks. Historical black quarterbacks. There was Willie Thrower. Thrower. We talked about him on a previous show. Thrower. May have been the first. I do remember Willie Thrower. Vince Evans. Vince Evans seems to jump out at me. Actually played some football for the Bears. Had a lively arm. Good legs under him. Seemed to be intelligent too. I want to say he had a college degree in engineering or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but seemed to be a smart guy. Maybe if he would have played in San Diego, he would have been the next O.J. Simpson. running through the airport, slashing people. If he did do it, that's what he would have done. Big up Soul J. Simpson. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. So where were we? I think I was talking about something here. Yeah. Historical black quarterbacks, or as we say here on TATN, quarterblacks. So I said Vince Evans. We said Willie Thrower. There's one that I think he was on a reality show, or his wife was on Housewives. He's played for the Steelers. Didn't he lace them up for the Bears? His name is escaping me now. And then there was one more cat in like the 60s. It's weird. They do more than not draft quarterbacks. We don't even pick them up as free agents or trade for them. I think, is this decreed, and did Papa Bear Hallis put something in an irrevocable trust? That said, guys that look like myself don't have the mental capacities to be at the helm of a football team. But again, I think the quarterback position is overweighted. Go around and talk about it's a team sport and then pay this jackass all the money. I don't know. Just my thoughts. Quarterback can do none of that without a solid left tackle or blindside left tackle. Got to be throwing the ball to somebody. Let's see here. Best quarterback in Bears history. Flat out, in my opinion, Vince Evans all day. All day, Vince Evans. Dealt with a lot, too. See, a lot of people don't know just how segregated. That's the word they use in Chicago. It's a segregated town. It's a dog whistle for racists, in my opinion, allegedly. Everybody stays in their own community, minds their own business, keeps to themselves. Chicago, 77 communities. 3 cities all packed into one. All right, but I feel like I'm digressing, so we'll keep it pushing. Let's see here. We did that. Now, if you guys can think of, if you could think of any other black people that laced them up for the Bears and played quarterback, actually took a snap and threw the football in an NFL game, I want to hear about it. All right. I'll unpack my greatest. You guys want to know who I say is the greatest Bear quarterback? Not just black, but just Bear quarterback? That guy that Urlacher called a P word, female cat, that came out of Denver. I'm not going to say him. But, he got all the records. He's holding a bunch of records. And then, of course, there's Sid the Greek Luckman. Was he Greek? Did he call him Sid the Greek? Probably not. But there's Sid Luckman. I've never seen him lacing up, and I didn't take the time prior to this show to watch any video footage that may or may not be out there, any receipts of Sid Luckman. Was it the Galloping Ghost? Red Grange? Well, he's a running back. It's another guy way back in that era, though. Halfback type of guy. Run the ball 40 times and throw it 6 times. And that's how Willie Thrower was. That's kind of football he played. Threw the ball like 8 times in a game. And that was a lot. So in your modern day football, greatest quarterback, in my opinion, Bears history. I want to say the punky QB. For those who may not know, that's Jimbo McMahon. For the simple fact that he brought home the W. But I got a reason. I got a reason to believe I could have brought that W home. Playing left-handed with those dogs that they had on defense. And with Walter Payton. Just hand the ball to Walter Payton 40 times and shut up. And I would have done it. So, let's see here. So I'm not going to say Jimbo. May surprise you guys. Greatest Bears quarterback of all times. I'm probably going to have to say Sid the Greek. Haven't seen him play. But just he has a lot of numbers. Has a lot of records. In a time where they didn't pass a lot, that should matter. In a time where men were men and, you could grab the face mask and spit on a kid and nobody thought twice about it. Sid. Yeah. Passing on the lakefront. Any quarterback who puts up numbers out there in Soldiers Field has to be considered given an extra 20, 25% credit towards his Hall of Fame numbers, things of this nature. Pro Bowls, things of this nature. Because of the win, you won't realize it until you sit there. Yeah. But so because of these factors, for me, God, I can't think of this guy's name. It came out of Denver. Okay. That Rex Grossman called the P word after we gave up, I think 2 first-round picks for this jackass. Cutler. Jay Cutlery. Yeah, Gay Cutlery. He's I'm not going to say him because he caught it at a time when it was all about throwing the ball. The rules were changing. Everybody was pampering the quarterback. So his numbers are skewed. That's what my analytics say. So greatest Bears quarterback, Chicago Bears quarterback, in my opinion. Before I move on to the next segment, is Sid the Greek. Was he Greek? Luckman. All right. Now, that brings me all the way up to the question of the day. The question du jour. Let's see here. Day 1 starter. No, that's not it. Is just in time a natural? Meaning, can you extrapolate what you see today, push that forward? I've been able to do it in cases like Frank Thomas, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, Hakeem Dream Olajuwon, Big Pat Ewing. I mean, certain guy, Isaiah the Prick Thomas. That should have been his nickname. There's certain people you just know. Oh yeah, Randy Moss. You know what I mean? You just know. without a shred of a doubt. You know it early. Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds. We're talking pre-steroids, allegedly. So now I watched him play. First off, let me say, the kid believes in himself. Now, there's some people who get up there and they say the right things and they pretend to believe in themselves. And that's been working for them. Probably some average talented cat, got shoved the starting position freshman in high school because he was blonde-haired and blue-eyed. Played for a juggernaut, best school in the state because they had all the money and everything. These are the guys. Then they parlay that into 3 state championships. Then they end up at a big, prep college. These are the guys that suck. Okay. Sliding under the radar. What up, fool? Oh, let me get him going here. Looks like it's connected. Let's see here. Yeah, I can hear you now, bro. What up with it, fool?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Hey, man, you know how we do, bro. You know how we do. What's going on in the city, in the big city, bro?
Oh, man, there's all kind of madness going on here. But, you got to do what you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, matter of fact, there was a shooting the other day, as always, unfortunately here. After this lady, a school teacher, at the Sox game, and she got caught in the crossfire of some shooting on the expressway and lost her life. Just going to the Sox game, she was heading home to the suburbs. It's unbelievable.
I mean, you see your ops on the freeway, on the E-way, and you just decide, shoot through all the cars, we moving, and I'm Superman. Shoot everybody. Is that the strategy?
I believe it is. I mean, I understand it.
Man, bro, one of the guys was driving through the shot and had the camera going. He was on the E-way. Bro, he was on like 167th going towards downtown. And then this is, I think, 159th, maybe that's where he was. But this is where he picked up the funeral procession for Ellen French, rest her soul. So yes, that's where he picked it up. And bro, he drove, so he's still driving all the way in the city, man, like past 55th, and that thing's still going on, bro.
Yeah, traffic is stopped for it.
It was just that long. It was. I'm saying, I'm gonna show you the tape. It was that many cars, and I'm just wondering, like, so what taxpayers? Who's paying for all this? Well, they probably volunteer, but who was protecting the streets? You're talking about how bad the city is.
Yeah, this nobody protecting them at that particular time. All in arms for a fallen comrade. But just like certain periods in sports history, anything could have happened during those times, and there was no protection for the city of Chicago.
Look, I don't think Harold Washington got that kind of send off.
No, he made it.
And he was wasn't he the standing mayor when he passed?
Yeah, but you know how the sentiments were back in those days. We were.
You mean he wasn't a white woman?
Yeah.
Or so.
Yeah, you were 20 years off of Dr. King being there at Washington. Became mayor and ambassador.
All right, Ace. Well, you do your you went to the game, man, because I didn't, and I haven't watched any of these preseason games. So yeah, so I want to just get you what was your thoughts on the first preseason game about the overall team performance? What'd you see out there?
Well, I mean, you didn't get a lot of the ones out there, so it was hard to evaluate the raw presence of the status. Hopefully we'll get a better look at them this week with the second preseason game. But when you got your quarterback number one out there, Justin Fields, he had to feel his way through the Bears offense for a quarter of learning the offense and what's going on out there and getting used to his teammates. But once he got it going, there was no stopping him. The kid was he was quite impressive. We still have naysayers here who say don't put him in the Hall of Fame yet, but
Well, the only thing he's got going for him is that the Bears and the Bears people like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's he's got that going against him. That's the only thing that he's got going against him is that the Bears and the Bears smart people think that he's the guy. That scares the shit out of me. You know what I mean? Because I've heard them say this shit about cutlery. I've heard them say it, so it scares me, man.
Yeah. I mean, and even when cutlery got hit, even my mother told me, this guy at church was telling me, you might be happy you got a quarterback, but wait till he gets there. So that came to fruition.
His personality didn't fit the city.
Yeah. So
now
we all know,
and personality won't matter as long as you're winning. But go ahead, bro.
We all know what we lost in that. I mean, we lost a myriad of number one draft picks to get that clown in town, and we also lost, the morale of the team. Nobody
because
wanted to play with him.
You had other quarterbacks, Orton. I mean, you know what I mean. Orton was playing. Yeah.
They got rid of Orton to get that done.
Man, they could have stayed with Orton another 2 years, built the infrastructure, and then set it up for some hot rookie to come in on a rookie contract.
Right.
And So, but I've been hearing that the guy was the only guy on the field. Of course, you just said that there was no other ones out there. But they said when he was throwing the ball and moving around, he was getting a lot of oohs and ahs out there. I mean, did you get that feeling that you were seeing something special out there? Like he was a man amongst boys?
Absolutely. Once he got it going, yeah, I was on and on. I mean, the kid, the way the offense is set up for Mitch
Trubisky.
Yeah, all those plays that you're sitting there with, not you, but you're watching the game and you see those wide open lanes open up, and the guy's just standing there looking at it and just looking at it, and then once it starts to close, he starts.
That's when he runs and then gets tackled and fumbles.
Yeah. This guy's not going to wait. He's going to hit that hole and hit the end zone.
He's going to make you pay every time.
Yeah, because he also goes through his progressions well. He goes through first, second, third read, and he still will stand there and try and make a play. And if all else fails, he'll hit that open hole that'll give him 20 yards in a easy.
Hey man, listen, if the hole is there on my first read, I'm gone.
Yeah.
They kill me with that in the NFL. Make sure listen, if it's there and I can get that, I'm taking it every time.
Yeah.
Because even if you're wide open and you're the receiver, Ace, you might miss the ball, I might miss the throw.
Right.
And then what happens is now the team has to dedicate a spy. They have to dedicate a spy. And that's going to open up more. What I noticed about him, bro, he on that touchdown play, on a couple of those, on the fumble recovery, I'm like, oh man, in the preseason game, that just shows how much of a winner he is. But bro, man, don't break your arm and lose your career. I got trauma, bro, as a Bears fan. All right, I'm Barack Trauma. All right, the Bears fan.
Coach, all right.
I just see, his shoulder was broken. He's never the same. You remember as a Chicago fan, you remember what happened to our basketball player who got drafted and he was riding a motorcycle? Yes. So when he fumbled that ball, bro, and went diving, trying to knock it out of bounds, but he got close to ruining his career. And I love that about him. That in a meaningless game, he risked his body and his whole everything to knock the ball out of bounds.
He wants to win.
Correct.
And he values the football, which
correct.
Mitchell Palooza didn't, and Cuddy didn't, and a bunch of other bums they had running around back there with the QB.
Oh man, and Cuddy was the opposite. Remember, if Cuddy wouldn't put his body at risk for nobody.
No, he loved to fumble. football. Just
Cuddy will tell you the interview, and I'm going to walk away from the game, and I'm going to be able to walk, and I'm going to have all my faculties. You know what I mean? Like Cuddy, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
He didn't care.
Yeah, you ain't going to. Yeah, he wasn't going to sacrifice. And Cuddy was rich. He's a Vanderbilt guy, so I think that didn't fit the city.
Yeah.
All right, so, man, bro, I want to catch you up. So thoughts on historical – well, no. Just want to talk about it. They was getting oohs and ahs. So was he throwing a good ball, bro? How'd his ball look?
His ball looks effortless. He's got a good form.
Quick release.
You can see that in training camp. Yeah. Once he decides he's going to
the ball is out.
Window he sees open, it's out. Yeah.
So he's not like Cutler and Trubisky.
No.
With the brain freeze.
No, he's not gonna have a brain fart back there for 4 or 5 seconds and then wonder, is my window closed? No, he's gonna get rid of the ball. It looks like he might take some chances, but once he gets with the Pro Bowl receiver, the $20 million guy they got out there that's willing to catch the ball, and the other guy that's coming along look like he'd be a Pro Bowl receiver, Darnell Mooney, and plus he'll throw some other guys open. He's got ability to prolong the play and make things happen, which we haven't seen that in.
He knows how to handle the media, bro. Like this dude. Like I don't the stuff he says, I don't think he says it for clout. Like when he was like they was trying to ask him is the game fast. But again, it shouldn't have been that fast because he was playing against 2s and 3s and right.
Right.
So he gave an honest answer.
Yeah. Plus he's coming from, one of the top programs in the country. They're playing for the national championship every year. So most of these fast guys from college he's seen through into
that's very true because you can get stronger in the NFL, but you don't tend to get much faster. I don't think by the time you get there.
No, he's playing against the top players and the top athletes in the country. Every year, every game.
A lot of speed guys running around.
Yeah, until they get to Illinois. Play that game, but yeah, for the most part, he's playing against the top athletes in the country.
Illinois, they got the homecoming game. I'm like, man, you're gonna risk the pandemic for that shit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If the pandemic don't kill you, that will. Yeah,
tailgating's always great down at
Oh, the tailgate. Oh, yes. The tailgate is always great. Same thing with the Bears, Yeah, that's where the fun is. All right, so he got a good ball. Speed looks good. He's a man-child. But we'll get down to more of that later. Historical black quarterbacks, bro. I said Willie Thrower. I forgot that one dude in the 60s. I said Vince Evans, and I did say, of course, Justin Time. Wasn't there one that used to play for Pittsburgh, bro?
Quarterback? Oh, that was Slash.
Cordell Stewart.
Yeah. He finished his career in Chicago, ended his career.
Yeah. He started some games, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Slash. It was his nickname in Pittsburgh. And
was there any other black quarterbacks that you could think of that actually played meaningful football? Bro, when I started thinking about it, I'm like, man, not only do we not draft them, we don't trade for them, we don't go after them on the free agent market. You know what I'm saying?
You mean for the Bears?
The Bears, for black quarterbacks, yeah.
No. They had a couple guys that were They had Henry Burris. Now Burris was terrible on the Bears. Absolutely atrocious. But he went up to Canada after he left Chicago, and he won a few Grey Cups.
Yeah, well, that's Canada. You can go to Canada and win a few Grey Cups yourself.
Well,
you see dimensions on that field. Nobody takes that seriously. Small ups of Canadian Football League. I mean, I wouldn't even watch that if NFL was on strike. But make your point. I mean, can't believe this guy.
Well, Henry Burris needed those few extra yards to get around those bums that were trying to tackle him up there. So
yeah, he was such a bum. I don't even remember him, but
he played in a year I have to go back and look at the exact year, but I think they played like 4 or 5, maybe 6 quarterbacks in one season because they all kept getting killed every game. And
that's terrible though. That you're in a city like Chicago with all those Negroes, and you don't go out and make a move on Michael Vick when he's past his prime. You don't make.
Well, he was available. And
correct.
And the Bear,
no interest. No interest. We're smug, not in our organization. Like they're like we're the Patriots, like we're winning every year.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as our fans, we could be like, yeah, forget him. We don't need him.
He killed a dog. Yeah.
Bro, the Bulls had won 3 straight. They asked us about Rodman, and everybody said yes.
Let's go get him.
Right.
We want some more. We got Jordan in his prime.
And we knew we needed a power forward, playing defense. Man, please.
Yeah.
Please.
I think they could have Vic around when Urlacher in the defense was killing.
They could have had a bunch of black ones if they'd have been serious. They could have had Cam. You talked about it last week. The dude from Oklahoma.
No interest.
He's in the league.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
He's a starter for Philly now. No interest.
Yeah, we could have had him in the organization. Yeah. You draft talents. So, any other black ones stand out?
For the Bears, no.
That's about it. That's sad, bro. This is one of the oldest teams in the league. In the league, it's one of the original teams, bro.
Yeah, no interest.
That's why I'm saying I think Papa Bear has something in an irrevocable trust. Because if you look at Just in Time, I bet you they figured out a loophole where he's got just enough pink people in him. Because he looks like he got some 25% mulatto or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can we say mulatto? I mean, little mulatto was.
Little mulatto says it. So you don't get canceled like.
But she did change her name. Big ups to Little Mulatto. I can't think of her new name. The old name was so catchy. I can't get her. Yeah. How you gonna change your name from Little Mulatto to whatever the fuck you are? You know what I mean? Who's gonna remember?
She's probably Unicorn or something now.
Who's gonna remember it? All right, here we go. All right, so we're gonna move past that. Too much time on Bears black quarterbacks because they didn't have any.
Yeah, no interest.
No interest. No interest. Any Bear quarterbacks drafted that you can remember besides Justin? I mean, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round.
They had a couple in the later
rounds. Did they draft Burrs?
Burrs was a free agent signing.
All right. So come on, don't tell me they had a couple that they drafted in the later round. Black quarterbacks, bro?
Yeah. Maybe like the 4th round or
really?
Free agents. Yeah. I mean, nothing that they would ever mention to the public because they knew they were going to cut them.
Cut them.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I see what you're saying. The token for the Rooney Rule, so it looks like, we're drafting them, but we just.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's been 100 years, but we drafted them. We draft one every 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it is a position that can't find any quarterback. You think I'd take a unicorn. You hear me, bro? I mean, if it's a monkey, I'd put a monkey at quarterback from what we've been getting. But go ahead, bro.
I mean, with the lack of success and what they've given away to acquire, I can't understand it. They were in a prime position even after having given up that 1st round pick last year. I think it was one of the last year the MAC 1st round picks that they gave away to get Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round. After you had committed to $9 million to Jimmy Graham to get him as your starting tight end. I know you like this guy at tight end that you went and got, but what's more important, quarterback or another tight end?
Man, they love getting these tight ends and they don't even use them. I don't understand what the hell they're trying to do. All right, but here we go.
Greg Olsen.
Who's the greatest Bear quarterback ever? I went with Sid Luckman, but who's your greatest Bears QB ever?
Yet to play.
Who?
Yet to have played.
I know. I was going to say that. It's unfair though because he hasn't done it. So, that shows you how awful this is.
Whether it's him or
so excluding Just in Time. Who's the greatest that has played an NFL game for the Bears?
I mean,
Isn't that terrible?
I would have to give it to Jimmy Mack. He didn't have enough playing time with the Bears because he was always hurt.
So you're going to give it to Mack over Sid Luckman. Luckman put numbers up in a league that didn't throw the ball a lot. Luckman revolutionized the game, and he did all that right there on the lakefront.
Yeah. Oh, was it at Wrigley Field?
Yeah, it was on Wrigley. But remember, he played in the men's league, though, bro.
Yeah.
When you could still, chop somebody's head off.
But Jimmy Mack played in a somewhat the modern era, and he had an idiot for a coach. So, and despite of his coach, he was able to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that makes a good point. They went out there and got Jim McMahon, who threw the ball 50 times a game at BYU and had trouble at a Mormon college, kept getting in trouble. Go out and get him and want to force him to be disciplined, and then don't want him to throw the ball and call audibles, but you go out and draft somebody who throws the ball 50 times. If you wanted to get somebody to just hand the ball to Walter Payton, then trade the pick for Jimmy McMahon. And right.
We had those bombs already. They had the ball on.
Well, I want to say Jimbo, but he was always hurt, man, and I did want to say, yeah, and I hadn't seen Sid play, so if I had to go by the ones I saw him when, I know I would go with Jimbo, but I'm just looking at the numbers, and it would just do Sid Luckman a disservice, bro, when you consider who he was throwing to. You know what I'm saying?
In the era of offense that he was playing in. So.
Yeah, and they played less games, and he was putting numbers up as a Bear.
Yeah. So.
Now, Jay Cutlery broke his records, but Jay Cutlery was playing in that highfalutin league.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you couldn't touch the quarterback.
You get close to the quarterback, they blow the whistle.
Yeah. Plus, some pretty good receivers.
But we'll say
I can't give it to Cutlery.
You say McMahon, I say Luckman, but we got 1A, 1B, but that's something, bro. That those are our greatest.
Yeah.
And big ups to both of them.
Yeah, and we gave up a whole draft, 2 drafts worth of picks to get Cutler here. And he couldn't respect the game enough to not be an idiot. He couldn't respect the game to learn the game, learn defenses and how to play different defenses on the fly.
I think he was high on the autism, and big ups to autistic people all over the world. But I think he was high on the autism scale, honestly. If you watch his interviews, and he just couldn't connect, like the locker room hated him. Why do you want a quarterback who the locker room hates and doesn't respect? It's one thing they hate you and respect you, right?
And then they had a chance to get rid of him and re-signed him.
Kept re-upping twice. Man, they gave this dude 3 contract. They tripled down on this clown.
Just because they didn't want to go out and find a quarterback. Yeah, we're not going to draft.
And they kept him with a beautiful ball he throws. Hell, Jeff George threw a beautiful ball too.
Boom.
I gotta tell you though, Ace, you go out there and adopt you a white boy, right? Right? And all he gotta do is throw a beautiful ball. I wouldn't teach him shit about football though, right? You just get there and throw the ball against the wall harder, throw the ball straight. Because boy, he can make millions. He'd be going from team to team. Oh, look at that ball he throws. You know what I mean? I had the blonde hair and the blue eyes out there, boy.
He's got the great potential, and we're gonna if I can just get into him.
Yes. They give him the new quarterback whisperer and send him to the
quarterback. Yeah, get him another coach out.
Get him to Bill Belichick can fix him. This guy have 16 jobs. Boy, the family would be so rich by the time they realize he's a bum. He'd be like, my dad didn't do anything but stand me all day. He stood me in the garage and had me stare at the wall in the dark and just throw the ball as hard as I can with a helmet on.
Freaking can. Absolutely.
And scream, Omaha. That's all they want.
And taught me to talk about my offensive line and how,
drop all the right platitudes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's worth at least
$250 million.
or $500 million. Today's
Eddie.
game.
And I'm studying the playbook, and these black guys in there, they've got to work harder. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
We
I'm going to save the
you.
last one for last. Is just in time a natural from what you see? So I said earlier, bro, before you came on, you know, there were players, bro, that you looked at, Michael Jordan, Elijah Wan, what's his name, Isaiah Prick Thomas. I mean, you could just go down the line where, you know, there was no doubt in your mind. Some of them weren't even big names. And you were like, oh, my God, this guy's got something. You know, now Brandon Roy, had he not blown out his knee, he'd be a Hall of Famer. So certain people, you'd be like, wow. So you saw this kid play.
Yeah.
You know, do you get that sense from him? Now, you're a coach. You watched a lot of football, not just football. You watch a lot of bad football. So, you know, your reputation is important out here.
Okay.
You know, so are you willing to put your house on the line and say, if you had to bet the over-under, he's a Hall of Fame or he's not, what are you betting? Well,
HOF.
no. Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
HOF or not? I would go with the HOF.
Well, see, you're going to go with the HOF? Okay. I'm going to go with the HOF too. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm listening to this kid, bro. And I've listened to other Hall of Famers. More than that, I look into their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is special.
Yeah.
This kid is special, bro.
Yeah. And I don't know what.
And when I say special, it's not that short bus special. You know, some kids are just short bus special. Vic, you know, he could be in a juvie home or he could be making hundreds of millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They're just naturally athletic.
Yeah. Not this kid.
He's polished.
Reminds you of a Randy Moss when he talks.
Yeah. And he's getting more polished.
And I don't think he cares about the pink people.
Well, no. He deals with whoever he has to deal with to get to the road to success.
Well, that's what I mean. The intimidation. I mean, he's not intimidated by the pink people.
Yeah. Well, you know, they've had to be subservient to him actually throughout his career. I mean, even
throughout his life, yeah.
Even Joey California out there, the guy from the Jaguars, came from Clemson. You know, he was he beat him out.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. He beat him out in high school as the best quarterback coming into that draft class. So, I mean, the kid is special. I don't know what the Bears did to get him. I don't know. You know, it might be Virginia's last year here. I hate to say it. They had to do something to be bestowed upon this gift from God. But yeah, he's special. He's going to do a lot. Now, hopefully, the coaching staff don't fuck this all the way up with this Andy Dalton shit. And they want him to. It's Andy Dalton time on this 1-year contract.
Sidebar. To any daughters out there, any women out there, unmarried, single, never married, if you have a family name like fucking Hallis or Jordan or something that's just like that, jackass, use the hyphen, okay? If you got some sort of family name that nobody gives a fuck about, take your husband's name in its entirety. All right, so she should be Virginia Hallis McCaskey, so somebody can know what the fuck we're dealing with when we're talking to her, yes?
Right, absolutely. Because you know they're definitely Hallis when they go to the game.
I might have told my wife that. Hey, listen, go ahead, keep Hallis. Catch that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. All right. So here we go, bro. But I want to ask you this. So I agree with you. If I had to bet, so put a percentage on it. Would you say 60-40 Hall of Fame, 70-30, 51-49?
I would give
say 60-40.
I give him 65-30, somewhere in between.
I would go there too, but it's the Bears, bro. But that's true. A Hall of Famer would end up not in the Bears. They're going to end up in the Fame, though. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be out of there in 3 years, but yeah.
I mean, but you know, they'll get 5 out of him because they got the rookie contract and the franchise tags for 2 years, and then he'll be like, you know, kiss. Or they gotta open up the vault like the Kansas City Chiefs did for Mahomes. Give him $500 million.
Yeah. Signed him early. Where's Justin from? Is he Ohio kid or what? Florida?
I have to look that up because I know he went to Georgia originally for. I believe he's a Florida kid, but he went to Georgia originally for college, and then he ended up at Ohio.
Kennesaw, Georgia.
Georgia, okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so last question, bro, before we wrap it up. So we've said he's a Hall of Famer. He's a natural in our mind. You know who's in front of him?
Yeah.
First question is, if he's blonde-haired and blue-eyed and handsome.
Yeah.
Nothing different, just handsome, drop-dead gorgeous,
yeah.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he the day one starter?
In this system, no.
Now, you're coaching, and he's in his current iteration. Is he your day one starter?
The way my offensive line is configured right now, no. I'll send the other guy out there to get his brains beat in for a few games. Because you're starting out against the LA Rams on Sunday night.
So, I tell you what I'm doing. Unless there's something like you said, he gets a little antsy, he's still forcing stuff. The whole speed of the game ain't slowed down for him yet. But if I'm in practice and they're 50-50 or anywhere close, you know, he's good in this way and the other guy's good in that way, but we're moving the ball. You know what I mean? And if anywhere close, I'm going with the rookie. If I'm seeing Andy Dalton, if we're moving the ball much better with Andy Dalton, I'm starting Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
But if it's anywhere close, I cannot waste a down on Andy Dalton.
Not waste a down. Well, I mean, yeah. This being a 17-game season versus 16, I would let Andy Dalton start. I would like Dustin to see NFL game speed as far as the starters are concerned, as far as a game with checks on the line, and see what his line is going to do.
So if that's the case, he shouldn't be your number 2. He should be your number 3. That's the way they used to have the clipboard holder back in the day, the prize draft pick. But see, the league has gotten hypocritical because they have your clipboard holder be the number 2. So Andy Dalton goes down, and now this guy's thrown out there to the fire anyway, which is dumb. Yeah. Because had he been getting the snaps in practice, had he been, you know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah, getting the reps.
Correct. Now you're throwing him out there, you know, and so I'm saying if you're going to do that, make him your number 3. He's the clipboard holder. Make sure it's understood. You know what I mean? He probably wouldn't even have pads on, bro, because, you know, that's how you got to do that. And then after maybe game 7 or 8, you move him up to your number 2. You know what I'm saying? And you start putting in some packages for him. And if there's no chance for the playoffs, then you probably start them like your last 4 games or so.
Yeah, there's no way I'm waiting that long. I'm just saying.
Well, no. I was saying that if they had some sort of chance at something. See, you know, they might have some chance at something. And if they have a chance at something, I wouldn't take Andy Dalton out at that point and throw in the kid.
Well, we're going to have a chance somewhere with the kid because Andy Dalton's coming out.
Because Andy ain't going to do nothing in the playoffs. You're right. You mess around and start the kid. You're right. Knowing about Andy Dalton, I'd start Dalton all through the season and run the kid out there in the playoffs.
Yeah. Andy Dalton's never won a playoff game. So what's going to change?
Hey, that'd be the whole move. If the Bears could be so smart, I'd be telling that kid, hey, listen, if we make the playoffs, Andy can get us there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get that ginger out. Can we say ginger? We're going to get that redhead kid out of there because he's not going to win a playoff game.
Yeah.
I don't think a ginger has it been a ginger to win a playoff game in the history of the sports?
It might have, but it hasn't been Andy Dalton. He's never
Name
won a
one redhead freckled kid that's got a Super Bowl ring behind the helm.
Super Bowl ring,
Yeah.
But maybe a playoff.
Yeah. All right. So now, so you're saying he's your
definitely
day
not
one,
Andy.
but he's not your day one starter. All right. From what I saw, again, from what I saw, he's not my day one starter. But again, I'm gonna leave it at this: if they are head to head, neck to neck in practice, I'm going with the kid, bro.
I got you. I wouldn't be mad at you. But they're tweaking the left tackle position. Left tackle, they drafted, one of the tackles they drafted had back surgery. So he's questionable for the season.
Is he white?
He looks like a little mulatto. So.
Samoan mulatto, some kind of something.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah, well, I don't know if we can say that. All right, but here we go, Ace.
Can we say that?
We're gonna have. I don't know. I mean, it's rappers by that name, but we're gonna throw it out to you, bro, for your final thoughts, and then we'll close this out.
Final thoughts on QB number 1, Justin Fields. He had a great preseason start, but as we know in the NFL, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So my views on him would be he should definitely be starting for the Chicago Bears at some point this year. But Andy Dalton, as a veteran, deserves a shot to show what he can do, as well as do a little tutelage of this young man fresh out of college. NFL world is different. You got guys that are playing for child support and babies' mamas and jobs and cribs and plan to fund the church picnic, all kind of different reasons. So to throw him out there to the fire, I don't think would be fair to him or to the Bears fans, but for him to not be prepared to play, which he is preparing weekly with his study of the playbook to play, is what I would heavily encourage and mentor him to do, either quarterback's coach or whomever that's not doing anything constructive for the starting quarterback to do to get this guy ready to play. Because he has special talent as far as his wheels are concerned, his ability to process the field, and his arm strength and accuracy. So all of those things they were looking for out of Mitchell Palooza, you got now with the supreme athlete. So get this guy ready to play. Andy, this is your show for a couple weeks. So what you can do, it's going to be primetime game 1 for Bears against the Rams. So Andy, whatever you say you think you can do, you need to show it against the Rams in these first few games that the Bears are playing in, because QB number 1, Justin Fields, is on your heels, and I believe he'll be ready to play. Out.
Man, that's well said, man. Well, I'll just add a short addendum to that, is that the Bears are a historically racist organization. Period. Point blank, in my opinion. That's how I feel, allegedly. I was with the Bears when I said that the Bears, how they handled Mitch Trubisky, not with the drafting, but bring him around slowly, let him hold clipboard, blah blah blah, bring him in on third down, take it slow. Well, they did that with him, and look how that turned out. So, my philosophy on that has changed over the years. It's going to be what it's going to be. Put him in there, let him hit the ground running. He's got to have a mindset to, fight through it, a la Troy Aikman, a la Peyton Manning, a la all of the greats. You know, the only time a Hall of Famer does not start out of the gates is when the Hall of Famer is drafted behind another Hall of Famer or another, Pro Bowler or another perennial great. I don't see that as being the case here. And I feel like if Andy Dalton was black, I'm going to pull the race card. Let's just do a thought experiment. If Andy Dalton was Cam Newton, right? And Cam Newton has won some playoff games. But if Andy Dalton was Cam Newton, and then this hot rookie was coming behind him, and this hot rookie was white, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. There'd be a whole lot of hubbub, a whole lot of cantankerous pundits in the sports world saying that the rookie should be starting and the coaches should be fired. So I'm, in the sake of balance here at TATN, I'm going to say the same thing. If you don't start this kid on day one over that Andy Dalton bum who hasn't won a playoff game, I'm coming after their heads, bro. I'm saying fire them and let's stop the bigotry as usual. That's my take on the whole thing.
Okay. I don't think you have a problem with a lot of Bears fans with that point of view to blow the whole thing up and get rid of those bums in Alice Hall. Because, at the end of the year, prior to this gift from the heavens in the form of QB number one, just in time, those were the sentiments of what most Bears fans. Why are these guys still holding their jobs? Let's get them out there. Let's run them out there.
Why are they still holding their jobs? I mean, and Chicago is a town that if you don't produce, it's a city that works. I mean, we can get somebody else in here, that wants to work and produce, right?
Yeah, but they can only be of one persuasion.
I think we need to unpack Papa Bear Hallis, bro. You know what I mean? We talk about Papa Bear a lot. Yeah, we probably need to unpack Papa Bear, man, and what was going on at the beginning of the NFL. We'll do that at some point down the road, man. But do you have any thoughts on a topic for next week, bro?
Next week? This White Sox team. Shout out to the White Sox, by the way, and the Players Alliance for having my kids out there for baseball. Wonderful day. They had the kids meet the president of the team, nice. Kenny Williams, and he dropped some pearls and jewels on them. I hope they were listening because they were keys to succeeding in life as well as baseball. But long story short, he's like, well, you kids may not have the greatest talent in the world, may not be the best player in the world, and neither was I, because I only played baseball for 5 years, and even from that I rose to executive vice president of the White Sox. But nobody can say they were outworked. He attributed most of his rise to his work ethic, and he tried to bestow that upon the kid. And it was a great day. We had a good time, a great time. So thanks to the Chicago White Sox organization and the MLB Players Alliance. And Tim Anderson came out and talked to the kids. He's a starting shortstop, all-star shortstop for the Chicago White Sox and flying balls.
How old is he?
Tim Anderson, he's in his mid-20s.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And hits 300.
We drafted him? They drafted him?
Came
up through the system? Oh, nice.
Yeah, came up through the system. Yeah. Nice. Matter of fact, he hit the walk-off home run for the Cubs versus the Yankees. So the White Sox versus the Yankees, and that Field of Dreams game that they said was the most watched baseball game in the last 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He practices out in the dome that I just left. Shout out to Bo Jackson and the Bo Jackson Dome. I went to a parent meeting for his foundation, and Bo Jackson's a great guy. Does good things. So, through him,
Bo knows giving back.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to the Give Me a Chance Foundation, MLB Players Alliance, and Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, big ups. So I think, man, maybe we can dig into some. We'll find an angle with those White Sox somewhere.
Yeah, some Negro League angles are supposed
we'll
to be
find
coming out
something.
with some Negro League baseball cards. After 100 years.
Yeah, more
the Sox
symbols
want
make
you
us
to buy.
happy. There ain't no Negro making no money off of it.
Right.
I'm so tired of these symbols. You're going to put a Negro on a $20 bill, and I can't even, and George Floyd was allegedly passing fake $20 bills. You know what I mean? Why don't they put George Floyd on the 20?
Yeah.
I might write somebody that idea. Since he was allegedly passing a bad 20.
You have another riot at the Capitol. Allegedly started by your past president.
Hey, so next week we're gonna talk about the Negro Sox, the Black Sox. Maybe we'll talk about some of that. The scandal.
Black Yankees, Cuban All Stars, Bingo Long All Stars.
Yeah, and if you guys got any topic ideas as well, drop them in the comments below. Ace, the show around my birthday, that Thursday, we're going to move it because I'm going to be on a flight headed back to the Chi that night. So we'll figure out another day, man.
For sure. I think the THN Nation maybe can wait another day or two. We can do a home show here at the Caso de Ace, Club 100.
Facts. So you guys make sure, though, when you're out here in this world, you guard your grill. Knuckle up. And don't forget to. And don't forget to bring your
mouth.
And don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.